This is a forbidden art opening in China. Many of the pieces on display here are prohibited inside Chinese borders. And this statue of Chairman Mao is different from others you might encounter in China. He's on his knees confessing. His body language and facial expression indicate deep remorse.
One day, we hope all Chinese will be able to accept and understand why we did this. During the Cultural Revolution, millions of people, including our father, died under Mao. We wanted to portray him as a human being, a regular person, confessing for the wrongs he's committed.
The head of the statue separates from the body by design. The Gao brothers' exhibits have been raided by authorities in the past, their work confiscated, and their shows shut down.
We have to think about where to hide the head and how to get it out of here if the police come. Many of our works can't be shown publicly in China. We've had to figure out clever ways of planning underground parties so our works can be shown.
This party is codenamed for an invitation-only private exhibition of works that have been banned by Chinese authorities, including the Public Security Bureau and the Property Management Office of 798, Beijing's largest commercial art district. The gathering was organized via word of mouth and text message.
We had an exhibit called Ash Red featuring artists who made pieces about the 1989 Tiananmen incident. The police came and said you can't have this exhibit. Then they put 2 guards outside our door to prevent people from coming in. We've been forced to hold underground showings ever since. 798 management harasses us, saying we can't show our works in public.
This kind of work isn't proper inside of China, don't you think?
The hairstyle makes him look like old Mao. It's pretty crazy and daring to make him look like that.
It hits you like wind in the face. This newer work isn't bad. I don't think people over 50 will be able to accept it, though. I think the political satire of their earlier work was too obvious and gaudy.
Many art galleries from Europe and America have come here to 798 to capitalize on the commercial art boom. Heinze is the director of Faurschou Gallery, which represents both Chinese and international artists. He says that while the commercial art boom in China has meant there is more experimental art than ever, there are still topics artists know not to touch.
When it comes to visual art in China, there is censorship. It exists. It has been made clear by the censorship office what kind of imagery is sensitive. Political figures, for example, pictures of Mao Zedong.
The genre of works about Mao is common in 798, but the authorities have classified the Gao brothers differently because their work could have an incredible impact on people if it were allowed in public. The fact that they can't be shown in public illustrates there's freedom only to the extent that you don't breach the ruling class's ideology or interest.
The question of how to treat Mao in modern Chinese artwork is important because he's had such an enormous impact on Chinese history. And in China today, that history still isn't debatable. Only after we have a correct, complete attitude towards him and are able to accept the wrongs in his past and our own, can we really move forward in modern art and call ourselves modern.